Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Tanaka with a WBZ News update. Boston City Councilor Tania Fernandes Anderson now says she will plead guilty to federal corruption charges and resign. The councilor could spend a year and 1 day behind bars after prosecutors say she hired a relative in 2022 and gave him a $13,000 bonus with a $7,000 kickback in a prearranged deal. On Tuesday, she issued a statement announcing her resignation, saying, quote, "I've decided to plead guilty and resolve the case brought against me. I'd like to apologize to my constituents, supporters, and all who have been impacted. Please forgive me." At this time, we're told a plea hearing has not been scheduled just yet. Well, we're inching closer to opening statements in Karen Reed's retrial. 12 out of 16 jurors have now been seated. Outside court yesterday, Reed told our Christina Rex she expects testimony to begin around Tuesday. Reed says her defense team is preparing. Alan Jackson will give the opening statement. Hank Brennan will likely give the prosecution's opening. That means two different attorneys will be at the podium for the start of this trial. Well, today the Department of Public Health will hold a public hearing on plans to close the special care nursery at Metro West Medical Center's Framingham Union Hospital. The nursery provides care for preemie babies and those needing higher medical attention. The Massachusetts Nurses Association says closing the nursery will force new parents to travel to Worcester or Boston for care. Tonight's hearing is at 6 at Nevins Hall in Framingham. All right, time now for a check of your next weather forecast. Here's Jason Michael.
Oh, Chris, a meteorological whipsaw of cold and wind is setting the stage for a very brisk Wednesday across the board. Upper teens and low 20s outside here, but plenty of stability, allowing for wall-to-wall sunshine. Air temperatures will be below average again today, whereas we should be averaging around 53 degrees for an afternoon high temperature. Watch out for some icy spots again this morning as well as overnight tonight, because more 20s are going to be moving back across the forecast board. We actually turn milder for tomorrow and certainly by Friday before the weekend rain moves back in. We had thundering winds last night. Those are also going to be backing off later on this evening. We'll be in the mid-40s for us today, still with some brisk wind chills heading downtown for the Fenway game. Well, it definitely feels like the 30s for the first pitch around 6:45 p.m. for this evening. And even tomorrow, we start to climb just about a handful of degrees. Again, I said we'll be back into the 20s again overnight tonight. More in the way of 50s arriving for us tomorrow with evening clouds. And then look at this. All right, let's color on the palette here. We get more heavy rain arriving for us. Could be steady at times on Saturday. Spot showers in the forecast for us on Friday. By Friday night heading into early Saturday, beginning with possibly some snow showers and maybe a little bit of sleet west of the Worcester Hills. But as the area of low pressure pushes off into the Atlantic coast, it'll wrap around some of those very unsettled easterly winds coming out of the east-northeast for us on Saturday. And that could also pose a threat for some coastal flooding, as we do have a full pink moon, which is April's full moon on Saturday, peaking roughly around 8:22 p.m. So we're going to be watching out for that as we have a very raw and a very gloomy and a very wet weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, back sunny and also mild, Chris, with 60s back on the board.
All right, Jason. This has been a WBZ News Update. I'm Chris Tanaka. Have a great day.